Well, from our Durban studio, we're now joined by the eThekwini Region's ANC member, Sthembiso Mshengu, to talk more on the matter. Good evening, Mr. Mshengu. Thank you very much for talking to us. Well, the Provincial Interim Committee has been hailed as a balanced structure that comprises of members from both dominant factions in the province. So how is it still possible then that there's still some gatekeeping and membership manipulation?
Well, look, we accept that the PIC, as it stands today, it's balanced in terms of its composition. But the challenge now rests with the branches of the ANC in eThekwini, BECs in particular, who are refusing to accept membership of those whom they regard as their opponents within the branches. And this is why we have come to a point where we have requested the comrades in the Provincial Interim Committee to supervise the process of engaging with the REC as well as the BECs of the ANC in order to ensure that the agreements that we have made, because we have had a very successful meeting, in particular yesterday, with the leadership of the REC led by Comrades Andile Gomet and Begin Duli. That meeting was facilitated by Comrade Sihlensi Galala, where we agreed that the decisions of the PIC, where they took decisions in relation to how then the process of gatekeeping has to be done away with and people be allowed to join the ANC, given the fact that the ANC is a mass-based organization. Everyone must have a right to join the ANC and participate in the affairs of the African National Congress. And therefore, the issue of balance, yes, it is balanced, but the challenge still remains at a branch level because higher structures are not supervising the process of recruitment. As a result, gatekeeping continues to play its ugly head in the branches.
Well, I mean, it's a serious allegation to say that they are not supervising, or the interim structure that is supervising or overseeing legitimate ANC process. And add to that the fact that you are actually accusing senior members. One of the people you have accused, you've mentioned now, is in fact the mayor of eThekwini. Now, if you are accusing senior officials or members of the ANC of using state resources for political battles, that too is a serious offense. Have you been able to put forward names as well as evidence to back up your claims?
It's not an accusation. They themselves have admitted, because there is a report of a subcommittee of the PIC that details how the issue of recruitment has to be done. But unfortunately, that report has not been actioned into its conclusion, because as I have said earlier on, there's been a lack from the higher structures to supervise that the decisions of the PIC are implemented as they are. So it's not an accusation, it's a reflection of facts. But over and above that, it is actually a fact too that Metro Police in eThekwini do take an active role or play an active part in the branch general meeting of the ANC, in particular in preventing people from entering the premises where the meetings are held. Could it be a community hall or a school or whatever a facility that is used? You'll find that Metro Police will play an active role. It's a matter on record. It's not an accusation. We are not accusing anyone. We are placing facts as they are, because that's what South Africa is all about. We are a democratic, transparent, and open society. We can't then hide the truth behind falsifications of accusations. There is no such.
But then if the factions leading various regions that are problematic, including yours, aren't doing their job, why isn't the Provincial Interim Committee then taking the issue up with the mother body or whoever else they can take it to say, we are not being listened to, we've found evidence of wrongdoing here?
That is why we appreciated the intervention of the PIC through Comrade Sihle Zikalala, who convened a five-a-side meeting between ourselves as unhappy members of the ANC from various branches with the RSC of the ANC. We believe that's a positive intervention. Hence, we coordinated and convened a meeting of all our branches today to give a report, or rather a detailed report on what has been happening over the last few days, but in particular about the outcome of yesterday's meeting and what have we agreed upon in terms of a way forward. A way forward whereby PECs of the ANC, all of them that we have branches that are affected, which is about 42 branches or more, they were convened today, and our comrades also went to the regional office. There were agreements about rescheduling a process that will be on Wednesday, where then each and every branch is going to be attended to. Every member that feels aggrieved or feels left out, there's going to be a decision on how everyone is going to be reintegrated into the African National Congress, including comrades who stood as independents in 2016, because there were circumstances that were beyond their control, where the processes were flouted, and as a result, members of the public said, we want you to represent us, and some of them won, some of them were unsuccessful, and at the end of the day, everyone belongs to the African National Congress, or rather their home remains the ANC. They want to come back to the ANC, and there's been an admission from the side of the leadership that everyone must come back to the ANC. Where there were issues of disagreements, let us iron out and move forward, because South Africa needs a united ANC. eThekwini needs a united ANC. We don't need these factions, because at the end of the day, they are not good for the development of our people. They are serious challenges of underdevelopment, there are serious challenges of unemployment, and therefore the answer is with no one else but a united African National Congress.
Sthembiso Mshengu, thank you, sir, for talking to us this evening.